Coming at you live from America's podcast studio, Eric the Turf Teacher Jones. The landscape contractor and green industry platform for success. This is the Podscape, brought to you by LMN Software.
And welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to the Podscape. The weekend is among us. That's right. Happy Friday, everyone, even though I despise a Friday. Well, maybe I do like Fridays. I just don't like the people that live for the weekends, that are so excited. They start getting excited on Thursday night. Man, tomorrow's Friday. I mean, those are the individuals that are in a career field that they absolutely despise. That's what I'm talking about, guys. That's why I don't like a Friday, because I want everyone to be as happy in their jobs as I am. I mean, I really do. I really do. And I am so thankful to be a part of this green industry. So thankful that I have you guys listening to me here on the Podscape and on TurfTube, our YouTube channel at Turf Teacher Inc. So thank you for spending your Friday night listening to the show. I love each and every one of you. But tonight we are going to talk about marketing. We're going to talk about marketing your green industry business. We're going to talk about executing a marketing plan. We're going to talk about your logo. We're going to talk about some business cards, some other promotional materials, whether or not you're going to involve some public relations in your marketing efforts or not. We're going to talk about selling, the skills that it takes to sell a job. Sometimes it's just being very courteous and polite and charging a little bit more at times. You don't have to be the cheapest on the block to get the jobs that you want. Sometimes it pays to be a little bit higher. And then we're going to talk about the sales process, how to organize it, and how you're going to present your proposals to your clients. That's what we are going to discuss on tonight's episode. Before we get started today, I want to give a big shout out to LMN Software, because none of this would be possible without them. I've personally been using their software in my own company, and so far it's been a complete game changer for my business. LMN is the most comprehensive landscape business management software in the industry. From budgeting, estimating, CRM, time tracking, and so much more, it's a simple do-it tool for your landscape business and provides a platform to scale your company to the next level. And the best part about LMN is they have a free version, which you can begin using today if you choose to. Just visit golmn.com/free to learn more and start taking advantage of the software that's helped me grow my business into a successful, sustainable, and profitable company. That's golmn.com/free. golmn.com/free.
Eric the Turf Teacher Jones. Oh, yeah! Teaching you life lessons, business strategies, and leadership.
Let's grow together.
All right, so let's jump into that marketing plan. What is the marketing plan? Well, guys, it's a roadmap. It's just like your business plan. Your marketing plan is actually a part of your business plan that we talked about a couple of days ago. It is within your business plan. But your marketing plan, guys, it's a roadmap. It is your vision of where you're at right now and where you want to be at the start of the season or midway through the season. Because the season's around the corner. I mean, here we are, first week in February, guys. We're going to be mowing grass very, very soon. So where do you want to take your company right now? Do you have 50 yards and do you want to double in size? Do you want to add fertility applications to your business this year? Do you want to get into hardscaping this year? Do you want to get into irrigation this year? Only you can decide that, and only you will know your vision. It's your vision statement. Then there's a mission statement. Two separate things. And if you want to know more about that, jump on my YouTube page. I got a whole lecture on that. It's about an hour long, writing a vision and mission statement. But you need to know where you want to take your company. And once you've decided that, the next thing you got to decide out is, where are these customers? Who are they? You got to identify the customers. You got to identify the neighborhoods that you want to be in, the geographical location that you want to be in. We're here in Winston-Salem, North Carolina, which is a pretty good business to be in. We got a lot of old money here, and sometimes it's hard for those individuals to cut loose of that money. But the new people that are moving in, because of the two hospitals that are here and the university, they're young money, so they're willing to spend it, and they're in certain neighborhoods, and everybody's fighting to get into those. And yes, we had a great deal of success this year getting into some of those neighborhoods with our Christmas lighting and the marketing that we've done with that, which has led to landscape jobs and maintenance jobs for those clients. But you got to identify where you want to be. My favorite customer is the 5,000 to 8,000 square foot lawn that both husband and wife or both of the couple work. They're not there during the day because they're busy working. They've got a decent-sized house, nice house, but they don't have the time to cut the yard. They don't want to do it on the weekends when they're home. We're in and out. Cut 10 in an hour. Boom, 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 boom. My favorite yard when it comes to mowing. Now, when it comes to landscaping, I like the higher-end landscapes. I mean, we all want to do those $100,000 landscape jobs. But you got to identify where they are at, who they are, and where they're at. And then start thinking about how you're going to market them. How are you going to reach them? Well, hopefully you're all on social media. Hopefully you are taking advantage of Facebook and Instagram ads and really pumping out those posts and getting them distributed where they need to. I mean, you can spend very little money on Facebook and reach several thousand people. A lot cheaper than direct mail. Direct mail still works for certain age groups in certain neighborhoods, yes, especially if it's a 4-color trifold brochure. But if it's a little postcard, they're not interested in it. It's going in junk mail. And not too many people want to rush home and go to their mailbox and go through all of their direct mail. No. But they are sliding through their phones, laying in bed at night on Facebook and on Instagram and on TikTok and Snapchat. I think it's kind of going away a little bit, but it's still popular. But TikTok became really, really famous over this whole COVID thing. People were home. And you saw the mothers that were helping their kids at the kitchen table do schoolwork. They were the ones jumping on TikTok and Instagram and really blowing up Instagram stories and IGTV and IG Reels. So hopefully you're seeing where I'm telling you guys need to be. Now, there's a big difference between marketing yourself as a green industry influencer and advertising yourself as a true landscape company. I had much rather reach thousands of people that are interested in buying from my landscape company versus reaching individuals out there who are doing similar to the stuff to me as I am with Turf Teacher. I'd much rather get those landscape customers in front of me. I'm not doing this to have 100,000 followers on Turf Teacher, my Instagram page. No. I'm doing this to help you guys and educate you guys, and then I'm turning around and doing it the same with our landscape company. I'm doing what I'm due here at no charge. I'm giving my information away free of charge because I want to help the industry. I want to help the industry grow, and I want people to realize that this can be a great business to be in, to provide for your families. But when it comes to social media, focus on your clients and who they are. Where are they at? What is it that they want? Like I said, that mother at the kitchen table looking outside her kitchen window with little Bobby screaming at her, "Mom, how do I do this math problem?" And she's sitting there imagining having that outdoor kitchen or that outdoor sitting area with a nice fire pit to kind of get away from it. They weren't able to go anywhere because of COVID. They probably didn't go to the beach. They didn't go to Little League. They didn't go to soccer practice. All of that stuff got canceled the past 9 months. And people are wanting to do things, and they're doing them at home. So target those individuals. And how do we reach them? Like I said, social media, direct mail. Now, when it comes to existing customers, we're getting ready to send out a letter with information. We rebranded ourselves this past January. We used to be Elite Landscape Service, Inc., and we did change one word in the name. We went from Elite Landscape Service to Elite Landscape Contractors, Inc., because we want to focus more on the design, build, hardscapes, poolscapes, the big landscape projects, because we not only have a landscape contractor license and irrigation license, we also have a general contractor's license. So we want to do more of the outdoor kitchens and even get into pool building, pool installation, the high-end landscapes around those as well. Still want to run a maintenance division. I do. I love it all. I love it all. That's why, in yesterday's episode, we talked about hiring people smarter than yourself to actually run some of these divisions for you. But we're going to reach these existing customers with a direct mail piece, a nice typed up letter with a hand signature on it. And we are putting a QR code on it to capture some information. We want to get email addresses and phone numbers, cell phone numbers, so we can text and email. We have that information for about 50% of our clients. And when I went through our customer list and re-entered them into the new QuickBooks and into LMN software, I was like, we don't have emails. And some of them we don't even have the cell phone numbers, because I love using Constant Contact to email, and I love using the texting app to text people saying, hey, it's time to do some soil sampling. Check out our video on the benefits of lime. Quick things like that, because people are going to read anything that comes across their phone. They are. And once they see the letter that comes in for us, because we're already working for them. But I would never send out direct mail to a new neighborhood or a new client. I wouldn't do it. I would gain those from actually using social media. And we've had great success, not only with our strawberry farm, but also with our Christmas lighting business that we run in the landscape business. My brother's really been good at the Facebook ads and the Instagram ads that's gotten us the work that we have so far, which has led to new landscape jobs. But that's how we're going to reach them. We're going to reach our existing with a letter, and we're going to reach new ones, all again with Facebook ads and Instagram ads. You got to figure out what your advantage is over your competitors. What is it that you do? What is it that you know? What is it that you have that can be of great benefit to your customers? I know a lot of you guys are into the electric mowing, electric mowers, electric backpacks, and all that. Well, that is a good marketing idea. It really is, because there are people that will jump all over that. Customers that, yes, we want to be environmentally friendly. I think our advantage is the years in business. My parents started it in 1977. That is our competitive advantage in the knowledge that mom and dad have, and then what I've had and what my brother has, and when we combine that all together, we've got some pretty good knowledge up there. We've got some noggins with some info in it. And so, how much is all this is going to cost you? How much is Facebook going to cost you? Well, we were doing it. We were spending $10 an ad. We're reaching like 1,000 people. You can pump in $20 and get more. You can target neighborhoods. You can target zip codes. You can spend as much as you want or as little as you want, and you're going to have success. You are. But more importantly, it's going to cost you some time. It's going to take you some time to put together the ad, the post, the video, whatever it is that you're doing. It'll take some time. But monetarily, it's not going to cost you that much. It's not. So with all this, get out there and get it done. Spend a few dollars, spend some time marketing yourself, taking pictures, taking videos, and putting those ads together. And how will it help you grow? Trust me, it will help you grow. People are going to see you in the neighborhoods. It's going to take people 3 times to really recognize your logo and your brand. They're going to see it come across their Facebook page. They're going to be like, okay, yeah, who is it? They're going to get on Instagram. Then they're going to see it come on there. And they're like, okay. And And then they're going to see your truck in their neighborhood, and they're going to be like, yes, I know who that is. We need to give them a call. So even if you don't get a reply right away from your Facebook ad that you just paid for, it may be 2 weeks later that somebody calls you because they've seen the ad twice, or they saw it on Instagram, or they saw you working down the street, and then they see you on their street 3 times. 3 times. You do not need to hire anybody to do your marketing for you when you've got a cell phone in your hand. That is the only tool that you need. You ain't got to hire nobody. Now, you may want to have some of your employees that actually do your landscape work take pictures and short videos and stuff on job sites. Yes, that's 100% okay. But you don't need a marketing agency to do this. You don't. And also within this marketing plan, what growth opportunities do you see existing for you? What challenges do you see? Growth is unlimited. We can grow as much as we want to grow if we can overcome our biggest challenge, which is labor. But let me tell you something. The same type of people that are looking at your Instagram and Facebook posts are also the ones that you probably want to market to for jobs that you have advertised. Try Snapchat. Try TikTok. Try some other social media posts. Hey, we are hiring, because that's where the young people are today. They're not on Monster.com. They're not on LinkedIn. And you sure don't want to hire anybody off Craigslist. So let people know that you're hiring via social media as well. Guys, let me tell you something. It is the best thing out there. And if you want more information on this, my YouTube page has a ton of information on it. YouTube for a green industry business, Facebook, Instagram, Snapchat. I got social media content, social media marketing, the whole 9 yards. I have it on my YouTube page. And it's free of charge. Just go check it out. So when you're presenting yourself on social media and you're busting a move and you've decided you're going to do this, make sure that your logo is on point. Make sure that it pops. No more than 2 colors unless you're using like within the same color chart. Like I've got 3 different greens in my logo, but it really works well together. Lee Smith with Titan Graphic Works did an awesome job for us on that. But make sure it's also good in black and white as well. So if you had to print it out on a black and white printer, that it's going to look good there. Or if you get in the newspaper and they ask for your logo, or anybody like that wants to have your logo and they need it in black and white, make sure that it copies to black and white as well. It represents your company. And make sure that you can scale it up and down and that it still looks good in any size. Because I can take my Turf Teacher logo or my Elite Landscape Contractors logo and stretch it all the way across the truck, or I can scale it down to a little, 3x4 sticker on the back glass of the truck. Make sure it looks good on your business card. And our business card's still good to have. Yes, you need to keep some in your truck. You do. But make sure they're worth keeping. We spend a little bit of money on business cards. We do. Ours has a rubbery feel to them because, if they're in our pocket and we're out working, they're not getting wet and sticky and all that stuff and sticking together. People always feel my business card and they're like, wow, that feels like almost like a tire, almost like rubbery. Yes, it is. It's waterproof. But the new cool thing, if you've seen these looks like a credit card that people can take a picture of, scan it, and it's got all your information on it. So if you don't want to carry all these business cards, at least have one of those that your clients can take a picture of. But have them in there, have them in the truck, or have them in your pocket. And then use QR codes. Put them on your business card. Put them on your trucks. People can go up and take a picture. I've seen people take pictures of our trucks sitting at the stoplight, getting the information off that QR code on the truck. I've seen it happen many a times. Many a times. And if you're going to get into some promotional materials, guys, they do give you some name recognition if you do direct mail, or if you've got some nice tricolor, 4-color brochures printed up to go to the client's house and leave with them. Yes, I recommend doing that. There's nothing wrong with that. Have some nice job site signs that you're going to stick in the yard when you're doing the work. Builders do it all the time. They spend a lot of money on some nice signs. We need to do the same as landscape contractors. If we're doing a $100,000 landscape job, we don't need to have one of these little wire signs sticking in the yard. We need to have an actual nice job site sign. And definitely, guys, have your trucks logoed up. Have the graphics all over the place. My personal pickup is covered head to toe in elite landscape contractor stuff all over the place. And it's not brand new, but we took one and we wrapped it in white, changed the color, did a complete color change, and then put the burgundy and green logo all over the place. On the back glass, the little top up on the windshield, the quarter panels in the back, all over it. It looks like a NASCAR truck with our logo on it. And you know what? People say, we see you all the place. We see you everywhere. We're not running that many trucks. We maybe have 4 out a day this time of year or whatever, but people's like, we see you every single place we go. And it's because we're that visible. And it's got that website on there. And people want the website. And with the website, it needs to have a link to all of your social media sites and a place for them to get in touch with you. If you're doing all this marketing and you're not able to answer the phone or answer an email, it's not doing you any good. Make sure that you can get it done. And when I say get it done, that means pick up the phone and schedule an appointment to meet with the client, because that's what we're going to talk about tomorrow, is meeting the client, meeting with them. So answer the phone. And you know what? You're going to have to work past 5 o'clock. You're going to have to meet these clients when they get off work. There ain't no 8 to 5. There is no 9 to 5 in the green industry. Me and Stanley, the Dirt Monkey, we talk about it. We're like, it's 5 to 9. 5 in the morning to 9 at night. It really is. And I wouldn't change it for the world. I absolutely love it. Guys, and if you're interested in some continuing educations, listen to this right here.
Eric the Turf Teacher Jones. Teaching you life lessons, business strategies, and leadership.
Let's grow together.
If you're needing irrigation, landscape, or pesticide credits, check out my website at turfteacher.com. Every Tuesday evening at 7 p.m., we host Turf Talk Tuesday for pesticide credits and have online courses for both irrigation and landscape contractors. There are also several opportunities to get your credits at one of our seminars that we do throughout the southeastern United States, and information on our Christmas lighting course. Check it out again at turfteacher.com. So now we're going to talk about public relations, and some of you may have had some experience with this. Others, it may be brand new to, but what it is a networking system. It is very beneficial in the fact of getting your name out there and it not costing you $1. Well, you can spend money on it. Like if you sponsored your kid's Little League team, that's public relations. Putting a billboard out on your daughter's soccer field, or sponsoring an event at the local high school. That is public relations. And sometimes they are going to ask for a fee to do that. But there is also other ways to get some public relations out there. Send a press release to your local newspapers, to your local news channel, to the local radio stations, letting them know that you're offering a new service or that you're brand new in the business. People want to hear some good news. Hey, Eric Jones started a new landscape business. You send that information out there. Now, when we started doing Christmas lights back in 1999, we sent out a press release, just like I said, to the radio stations, to the TV stations, to the newspapers. the TV and newspapers jumped all over it. Radio, we didn't have that much luck with, but TV and the newspaper came out and did stories on us. We got on WFMY, we got on WXII, we got in the Winston-Salem Journal. People wanted to see a new business, a new startup like that, and it was good picture taking opportunity for them because we were doing Christmas lights. And they come out and they did it at night as the lights came on. It was really cool. It didn't cost us a dime except me typing up the letter, a press release. I researched what a press release was and typed one up and found a good template and sent it to them, and it worked. But some other ways to get your names out there in public relations is to join your local trade association. You might want to join your local builders association, your local real estate association, because people building houses, people buying houses, they're going to need landscaping done. You may want to join some of the other trade associations. You just want to get your name out there. I used to go to a networking breakfast. They met once a week. We met for breakfast, and there was like a dentist on there. There was an accountant. There was an attorney. They had somebody from a lot of different businesses, but they didn't have like 2 attorneys or 3 accountants. They had like 1 each. And we all met, and we talked about the services that we offered, and it helped get your name out there. And if I knew somebody that needed an attorney, well, the guy I was having breakfast with once a week, I'd give him a card and say, look, this is a good guy. If somebody was like, man, I haven't seen a dentist in a couple of years. Hey, here's the dentist card. She eats breakfast with us once a week. I haven't done it in years. I mean, that was a long time ago, but that really worked. That was public relations. It was networking. You can participate in nonprofit initiatives. You can volunteer your time. And when you volunteer your time, you're wearing your logo and you're carrying those business cards with you, and you're driving your company truck that's lettered from front to back. Volunteer for local leadership positions. They may need someone to run the Little League. They've got your sign out there, but they may want to say, hey, Eric Jones with Elite Landscape Contractors, he's interested in being over the Little League, the chairman. Volunteer at your church. Let people know at your church. A lot of home builders have told me they've gotten more customers from church than they have anywhere else. It's a trusting network. People know what it is that you do. Sponsor community events. Get involved, wearing pink, breast cancer awareness, Red Friday, wearing red, supporting our troops, landscaping a deployed soldier's house, cutting their grass while they're gone. Yes, this costs you money, but it's getting your name out there. And you know what? The news media will jump all over that. Elite Landscape Contractors decorates a soldier's house for Christmas while he or she is deployed so their family can have a brighter Christmas. Elite Landscape Contractors decorates Ronald McDonald House at no charge so the families there of the sick children can have somewhat of a bright Christmas. All kinds of opportunities there. Even have an open house at your shop, at your design studio, whatever it is that you've got. If you have a place of business, have an open house and send a press release about that. Hey, we're going to have a open house come March 1st. We're going to be doing some giveaways. Let the papers know that. Let the TV stations know that, the radio stations, and then post it, blast it all over your social media sites, guys. It's going to cost you some time and a little bit of money, but it's getting your name out there. Getting that name out there. And that's exactly what it is that you want to do. That's all you want to do is get your name out there. And so you've marketed yourself. You're getting some calls in there. And now you have to sell. And a lot of people are a little bit nervous to do that. And one of the ways to overcome speaking to people is to look in the mirror. I mean, really, look at yourself while you talk to yourself and see what it is that makes you nervous or whatever. But the more you talk and the more you get out there, this is going to become easier. And I know some really, really good landscapers that just kind of freeze up when people start asking them questions. Guys, if a client asks you a question that you don't know the answer to, don't lie. Don't try to cover it up or get through it. Be up front and honest and say, Miss Smith, I don't know this, but I'm going to take a sample of this plant and I'm going to send it into the lab and we're going to find out what disease this is of the plant. Or Miss Smith, I don't understand why the shrub died, but I will investigate it and we'll try to come up with a good scenario for you. Never lie and never just say anything to get the job. Tell them you don't know. People appreciate honesty, especially nowadays. But please, please don't underestimate your selling skills. You're better at it than you think. You really are. It just takes time and it takes practice. But the one thing that you need to remember when selling something is that you have to be an active listener. And your spouse is probably going to laugh when you start talking about that. Well, honey, I gotta do some active listening. You say I don't do that anyway. No. You've got to listen. You got to maintain eye contact with the potential client. You got to be attentive, open-minded. Don't talk about politics. Don't talk about ACC basketball here in this state. You don't want to make anybody mad. You want to sell to everybody. Never interrupt your clients when they're talking. When you are unsure of what it is that they're asking, always ask them a question that clarifies it. And then put yourself in their shoes. Try to imagine it is what they're doing. They might be getting ready to spend a good little chunk of change. And they might be a little bit nervous. And then always pay attention to their body language. I can tell right off the bat if somebody's going to hire us or not. Like I said, but if I can get in front of them, I'm going to sell. I'm going to sell the job. I'd say more than 90% of the time I'll sell the job just by being able to get in front of them. And I want to talk to Mr. and Mrs. Smith. I want to talk to both of the people in the relationship, not just one. I want both of their opinions. One might have the checkbook. The other one might have the design ideas, so you've got to bring them together. You don't want to talk to one and then they have to explain to their significant other a little bit later. No, you want to explain it to both of them right then and there. And then always, always be careful by promising things that you can't get done. What you need to do is underpromise and overdeliver. That will give you a good word of mouth reputation. Don't be unrealistic, guys, and don't make inaccurate statements just to get the sale. You don't want that. You want to underpromise and overdeliver, and people are going to be very, very appreciative of that. So you're getting the calls, you're talking to the clients, and you need to have this sales process, and you need to have it written down. You need to have it streamlined, because selling is a process. Higher value sales, guys, they're going to have longer selling process than the lower value, but really none of them are low value. But I'm saying selling a mowing job is going to take you a few minutes to sell, but doing a $100,000 landscape job, you're going to put some time into it. You can't just throw that quote together. No, you can't. We sold a job today for a shopping center. The one we use the Let's Plot measuring wheel, and use the cell phone on it. Sold that job. We spent a lot of time with it because we measured every square inch of that property. And I know exactly how much mulch it's going to take. I know exactly how much fertilizer and seed it's going to take. I know how many man hours it's going to take for the job. I spent the time. Dad went with me. And then Ethan was there part of the time, my nephew. And we measured this thing to detail. And we've got it mapped out. And we know our exact cost. But it's a pretty good size contract. And getting in with this property management company is going to open the doors for their other properties. So we spent the time. But if it was a residential yard that I was just going to mow or do fertility apps, I can do it. Boom, lickety split, done. And yes, I can quote some of this stuff through email. If we're busy and we're getting slammed and we've got 100 people calling wanting turf grass prices, I'm going to be emailing that stuff out. I can't go to 100 houses. But this time of year, yeah, I want to be in the neighborhoods measuring. I want people seeing me with that measuring wheel, detailing it out, and then going to the door with the iPad and showing them the estimate there electronically, and then being able to email it to them right then and there, and then they open up their phone and they can click approve. That's having a program like LMN Software helping you do that. But you got to be organized to manage the selling process and give them the best service that you can possibly give them. Develop a tracking sheet of all your sales for each contact that you make. When the phone rings, from the time the phone rings is when the sales process starts. Whiteboard it. Enter it into your software program as a lead. That phone ringing is a lead. They haven't become a customer yet. They haven't become a customer until you've sold them the job. And then prior towards your leads to manage the time in your sales process. That's why I love square footage prices. And if you're interested in learning how to do that, we're going to be doing a webinar at the last Tuesday of February of 2021. We're going to be doing that. It's calculating your turf grass management program, and it tells you exactly how much this product's going to cost you per square foot. Well, if you've got your square foot price for each application that you're doing, you're coming up with a pretty darn good estimate that you can hire someone to go out and do your fertility estimates. Or your applicators, when they're there and somebody asks them, hey, can you price doing it for us? They've got their clipboard there. They can measure the properties. They can send it back to the office, and the office email the prices back, however you want to do it. But you've got to have that process, and you've got to have it organized. Because if you're not organized, somebody else is. And that's when you're not going to get the jobs. I've learned the hard way, the sooner you can call that customer back, or better yet, it's better to have someone answer that phone right away and be able to schedule the appointment for you. That's why using these calendars are so beneficial. Your office manager can open up your calendar and say, oh, they've got time between 3 and 4 today. Miss Smith, would you like Eric to come by today? He can give you a quote on a lawn care and fertility program. Oh, yeah, perfect. Yes, I'm free at that time too. And then I get a notification, meet Mr. and Miss Smith at 4 o'clock or 3 o'clock today. If it's a landscape job, a big one, the person answering the phone needs to say, hey, do you have a set of plans? Yes, we hired a landscape architect, and they recommended you. Okay, well, can you email us a set of plans? Eric would like to look at it before he meets with you. You can go ahead and print them out, and we'll plot them out and everything, and I can sit down at the kitchen table with them. And we're going to talk more about that on tomorrow's episode, meeting the client. But have this process in place. Saves you time, and it saves you money. And then last but not least is that presentation sales pitch that you're going to do. You're going to sell it. You've got to present your best side. You've got to have the nice shirt, nice polo. You don't need to have grass stains on your jeans, even though I did see them on Amazon. People were selling grass stained jeans, and they were selling for pretty high. But you got to present that best side, and you got to look good when you meet the client. And your presentation materials are important visuals. I talked about the 4-color trifold brochure. And when I say 4-color, that means like photogenic. Like it's like looking at a picture. 4 colors. Give the customer something concrete to take away and read after meeting with them. A nice brochure about your company. A nice brochure about your fertility apps, your design build services that you offer. And don't be afraid of hearing the word no. It's okay. You're probably married and you've probably got kids, and so you're used to hearing the word no. My little girls, their first word wasn't mommy or daddy. It was no. No. Overcome that fear. That's the best time to use your active listening skills to overcome the rejection. And what you need to do if you hear the word no is you need to repeat the rejection and ensure that the customer understands that you've heard the word no. And no question is a stupid question. Ask them why. They may lie to you. They may think it's money or something. But just ask why. Communication is key. But thoroughly and clearly understand what it is that your potential customer wants. What are their needs? And sometimes as a landscaper, it's up to us to help them decide what they want. Guys, thank you so much for joining me here on the Podscape. It has been my pleasure, and thank you for listening to me on your Friday night. And you know what, guys? I'll see you in the next lecture. For more landscape business expert advice, check out golmn.com/blog. And once again, a massive shout out to LMN Software for sponsoring this podcast and making it all happen. LMN is the most comprehensive landscape business management software in the industry. From budgeting, estimating, customer relationship management, time tracking, and so much more, it's the true do-it-all tool for your landscape business and provides a platform to scale your company to the next level. And the best part about LMN is that they have a free version which you can use today if you choose to. Just visit golmn.com/free to learn more and start taking advantage of the software that's helped me grow my business into a successful, sustainable, and profitable company. That's golmn.com/free. And thanks again, everyone, and I'll see you in the next lecture. And that wraps up this episode of the Podscape. Thank you so much for joining us here, guys. I love each and every one of you. Life lessons and landscape lectures brought to you by the Turf Teacher and LMN Software. We'll see you in the next episode. Turf Teacher out.